Start the school meeting of the Rochester School District. For those of you who have not been to a school board meeting, the meeting is being audio and video recorded, so please keep your side conversations to a minimum. The microphones will pick up your side conversations. Also, by staying in the room, you are consenting to the video recording. Mr. Chairman, the meeting's yours.
Right, so we call to order. It's like the pledge of allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Neil? Present. Susie?
Here.
Francisco?
Here.
Heather?
Present.
It's here. Right. No additions, deletions. Anything in public comments? No. Move to the consent agenda. We have meeting minutes, personnel updates, payroll vouchers, contracts. We reviewed last time. Any discussion on what's in the consent agenda? If not, have your motion to move. Your second? Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Right, Zach and Naomi.
This will be our last meeting, sadly, with us too.
Sad, I thank you for adding sadly.
Next month, new officers. So we're very happy to be here. Okay, so baseball, they are currently 10. Was Community First Auto Athlete of the Week.
Track is almost over their season. They have a meet tomorrow in Highfield, and then the state competition is in 2 weeks. So the next week, I believe, is the non-qualifying meet. So everybody who's not going to state has one final week before the 2 weeks over. Boys soccer is third in the league and hoping to clinch the playoffs. They play morning tomorrow at 7. I believe they win that game in the next one. Girls golf has had its best match of the season yesterday. All 4 golfers have their lowest scores this season. Gabrielle, Beatrice, Stephen, Ray, FBLA took 13 students to say skill 17 and sports med. FBLA was last week, and then skills. They all did very well. And awesome who are being do
ASB elections was only thing we have to do left is our candidate interviews, and then the decision will hopefully be announced tomorrow. We have an ASB workday / training with all the new officers and the old officers. That is Monday the 4th, and prom is this Saturday. Very excited. At 8 and at the Hands-On Children's Museum, and the graduation is June 7th at St. Martin's.
Close. It's exciting. Any questions for Zach and Naomi?
Can I just speak a little bit to both Zach and Naomi?
Yeah.
You guys were both at our Skills USA competition state level, and both performed so well. I wasn't able to be there, but I've heard you were very, very strong competitors, and I congratulate you both on the performance that you've done. So, yep.
Nationals is
June 1st.
June 1st. Okay. Fantastic.
That in Georgia again?
Yes.
Wish you guys best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move to other reports. Zach, you guys are welcome to stay, but you're also welcome to go. I know you're busy.
Take your nameplates with you, the inserts, if you want them. There we go.
Thank you, guys.
Right. Well, Laura and the great isolation reports.
So, good evening. I always come with just the most uplifting information. But I do want to a little bit about isolation restraint report. Do you have the other slides?
If you want to go right on to the next presentation.
It's the first slide
Yeah,
of this.
go back one, go back one. There you go.
Oh, yep, there it is. So each year I share out our restraint and isolation report for the current school year. Sometimes it might change between now and the end of the year, but I give you the current year information. And restraint and isolation is only legally allowable if it's an imminent likelihood of serious harm that a child may hurt someone else or themselves. And we have most of our cases over the years have been at the primary and elementary school, and we try to keep our numbers very low. We're going to be talking about our Reducing Restraint and Eliminating Isolation grant here in a few minutes and the work we're doing in this area. But what I want to speak to this evening is what numbers are looking like for the 25-26 school year. I know there are a lot of boxes on this chart that are empty, which is great. But we do have, if you look at the far left, it has the school names. The next column over is the number of students that were restrained. And you'll see there were 2 at the primary school and 2 at the elementary school, and a total of 2 incidents at each of those buildings. So each student only 1 time. And the reasons for restraints are situations such as if a student's trying to run into James Road, we won't let them run into James Road. Or if a student, there are times when sometimes our littles are might be going towards another student very aggressively or towards an adult very aggressively. And it's a rare situation, but it does occur. And so that's why you'll see those. Isolation incidences, we have 3 students that were isolated and 4 incidences. So we had 2 students that were isolated twice. All of these incidences, except for 1, happened like the first quarter of the school year. And we revisited and did some work there. And then we had 1 that happened recently, typically same type of reason where a student is acting out very violently, could hurt. Typically when they're isolated, they could hurt somebody else, and they have hurt somebody else. So it's not a situation where they're flapping their arms around and we're going to isolate them, but we might if they are very aggressively going after someone. The other part I want to say with that is you may have read in the papers about isolation incidences that are 3 hours or 60 minutes or anything like that. Most of ours are 5 minutes or less. We had 1 that was 10 minutes, but the rest of them were like 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes. And so I want to be very clear that it's extremely important to us that we help that student get regulated when they're not isolated. We do that only in emergency situations. But the other thing I want to say there up on the top left is the work that we've done in this area. And I'm very proud of this team that's going to talk with you this evening and other people that have done this work. 22-23, we had 71 incidences. 25-26, we have 8. So very proud of the work that this team has done. It's continued to tick down over the years, and we're going to continue to keep doing the work. Any questions on that report? Okay. So from here, I'm going to really briefly introduce so you can hear the good stuff about this. We have a grant that's called Reducing Restraint and Eliminating Isolation, which speaks exactly to that previous slide. We are able to get some funding for that. We have professional development that comes in and works with our team. We try to be as creative as possible with the dollars to make sure we're able to do what we can to support our student success. And the 3 ladies here tonight want to share some of the work that we're doing. We have Jessica Whitehead, who's our BCBA.
Will you tell us what that means?
Board certified behavior analyst. Wonderful, wonderful hire that we were able to get from out of state. One of those video interviews that were like, who is this person? And it was the greatest hire. Maggie Danford is a CODA, certified occupational therapist assistant. And then Brandel Bryant is an RBT, which is a registered behavior tech. They'll explain a little bit about their roles and what they do. But we have a whole bunch of acronyms that are going to come talk to you about RREI, another acronym. You're all up like that.
Hi, good evening. I'm Jessica Whitehead. I'm the BCBA, as she said, for the district. I'm at all 4 schools. And I primarily spend a lot of time at the primary and elementary school. So we're going to talk to you about 3 things tonight that we put in place using some of this grant money. And the first one is UCARU. Can I just sit?
Yeah, next slide, yeah, just like that, that's how it works.
So when we came in, you saw those high numbers for restraint and isolation. And if you've ever had to do it or seen it done, it doesn't feel good. It's not good for the kids. It's not good for the adults. It really hurts when you have to do it, see it, be involved in it. And so we really dug hard and did lots of research to find an alternative to that. So if you've heard of Right Response or like CPI, those are some crisis response systems that teach about restraint. UCARU is what we moved to. There's a few people who are Right Response trained, but like I gave up that training and I'm happy to throw it away. But UCARU is restraint free. It's blocking. It's a blocking system, but the main big part of UCARU is not the mats and the blocking. It's what we can do. So hopefully you don't have to get to that part. And that's the bulk of our training. It's trauma informed, neuroaffirming, really about brain development and what we can do for students before. So hopefully you don't have to get there. As of March, we have 3 UCARU trainers, and 1 is going to be joining us. So we have a 4th one that's going to be joining us here next week. We go to renew our training certification in May. 60 trained staff members and counting. I realized as I did this, there's more. We just did a whole nother round of training. And then modified D is where you can do the trauma informed piece without the blocking. So we do have staff members, certified teachers. We've done it in meetings. It's a professional development option to get that portion. So understanding how the brain works and what we can do to prevent those things from happening. And so Laura already showed you the data, but we had a huge reduction in restraints and isolations, and it's been really great to report and talk about. And so since Sherry said. And because of that, UCARU actually recognized Rochester School District at a very, very, very big conference. Nicole Kernan and I were lucky enough to attend the Council for Exceptional Children conference in Salt Lake. And we got to present with UCARU and talk about the success we've experienced here. And it was really great to highlight our tiny district in such a big way. We had lots of questions about what we're doing in Rochester. Washington, we had to clarify that quite a bit. They're like, you're a tiny district, you're not that small. And I'm like, oh, wrong Rochester. Yeah, we got to go and have a lot of fun. Kim, the one in the pink that we presented with, she's the president or the chief something officer of UCARU. She wears lots of hats, and the other person does a lot of the marketing. So that was great. It was great to travel. They paid for the trip for us to go, all expenses paid. And so we got to travel and do that. And that was really, really fun. So I just want to tell you guys, thank you for supporting it. Sometimes I come to Laura with some really crazy ideas. And this one stuck. This one wasn't a no. So that was great. And I'm just really proud to be able to say that Rochester does great work. It's not me, it's a whole team of people. It's people that listen to me, people that listen to the research and are willing to hear and try new things. So, and one of the things we're doing is highlighting sensory needs. So with that, with trauma-informed practices, we talk about addressing sensory needs of students and adults as well. So Maggie is our certified occupational therapy assistant, and she's going to talk about how we're meeting those needs here. And her daughter is joining us as well.
Yes. She's going to demonstrate for you guys so that you guys can also do the same circuit. So so we do sensory circuits, and it's a 3-step process. It is to alert the system, wake up your brain. It helps the students be with their, if they have individualized sensory diets, or students that we know that there's a need, but they don't have OT services yet or at all. And so the sensory circuit is to help regulate their attention and their readiness to learn, so keep them in the classroom longer. We try to do this proactively, but we can also do this reactively. The first stage is to alert the body. So we're going to give big movements. for proprioception and vestibular. Today I brought the vibration plate. It is the favorite amongst many of our students. It's the one that they always choose. If it's not that, it's the swing or the crash pad. At the primary school, we have lots of crash pads, lots of vibration plates, and we have one swing in the building and several on the playground. And then the second step is the organizing. So we're going to get bilateral movement. For a lot of the kids, we make them do a balance beam. So that's what we're going to demonstrate today. We also may have them crawl through tunnels. We have several at the primary school. Heavy work options. We have jobs for the students at the school. So they push heavy carts around and deliver mail or deliver boxes. And then sometimes we offer them yoga or we play Simon Says and we're really goofy about it, but they organize their brain that way. And then the last one is grounding, and we're going to regulate the body through deep pressure or slow movement, some breathing. It just kind of helps bring everything back. And today we're using our sensory bins because we love sensory tables. We love sensory, just getting your hands in that tactile feeling. It's another one of the favorites that the students choose. They also like their weighted blankets, their steam rollers. Deep breathing or listening to music is one. And then a lot of them like to just look at the lights and focus on it that way. So Melanie is going to demonstrate how you do a circuit. Typically, each step is 2 to 3 minutes. We're going to make it like less time, so like 30 seconds. You ready? Come on.
Gotta show us how to do
You gotta
it.
show it. All right, you ready? Okay, step on. And this can go faster or slower, but we only do, well, for today, we're gonna do slow because I don't know how everybody's bodies are gonna react. Okay, and then we're only gonna do it for a short time. We're not gonna make anybody do the full 2 minutes. Okay, Melanie, can you show them how to use the balance beam? No, that's okay. And then you can pick your favorite bin over there. Nice. And then I invite the board members to try any of the steps or all of the steps.
So burn me up. You know you want to get on that.
It's totally fun.
You're right.
Susan's got a question.
Yeah.
Just for the kids or all the kids are doing this or?
All of the kids have access to it when they need it. We have identified several students that use it regularly in a proactive way. So they have scheduled sensory breaks where they can do the circuits.
Be in your office?
There you go.
Get my brain.
You put your arms out, it's easier.
I got one of these for Christmas.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we just, I kind of read up on,
That's like.
vibration and.
Good ones? Looks like something.
What? I got it, yeah.
Fast?
You're going backwards. You're gonna be alerted before you're calm. Before you're alerted.
Might go backwards.
Whoa.
Oh, I gotta do this one.
Uh-huh.
So you do it in sequential order?
Yes.
Okay. So that, you're saying one, that alerts them, that organizes them, and that grounds them?
Could do this all day. What you but. I
Go straight to the ground.
We do a lot of therapy sessions on the vibration plate. because they love it so much that they won't get off of it.
What do you mean by that? What would a therapy session while they're on the plate look like? What would you do?
Today I had the vibration plate in front of the mirror and the student needed to rip paper and put like glue paper onto the wall with his paper underneath it. But he got to watch himself jiggle really fast and he got to feel the sensory input while he did his work. So he got it all done.
Thanks.
So, any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna add something here.
Yes.
I just want to add one piece with the sensory. Over the last couple of years, we've used this grant money to purchase quite a few of these sensory items. And they seem like they're, oh, this is fun. And it is fun, but it makes a huge difference for our kiddos and their ability to regulate and focus and navigate their behavior and navigate their learning. So it's so much more than just the fun and the opportunity. It helps our kiddos be more successful with their behavior and their academics. And we have this at the primary school and at the elementary school, and we're moving up. We now have a sensory room at the middle school, one at the high school, but it's slow moving forward to get it up and running at each building. So I just wanted to share that whole piece.
So is that like, you know how the little kids love these puppet things?
Mm-hmm.
So is that, and parents say, oh, well, I have a granddaughter and they say that her mom says, oh, that helps her be calm. Is that kind of the same idea?
Yes, it provides tactile and proprioceptive input when she uses it. So it can calm her down.
Okay, thank you.
And then these are pictures of the vibration plate in use at RPS and also the sensory tables in use at RPS.
What's the average amount of time that kid spends in the room to kind of calm themselves down?
10 to 15 minutes if we're doing it proactively. Reactively, it could take longer. It just depends on the student. But most of the time, I would say they're calm and regulated within 20 to 25 minutes.
So you bring a student in that's acting up in the classroom. That's the proactive, or is that?
That would be
that's
the reactive. Mhm.
The proactive is an ongoing class.
Yeah, so if we see that a student has a need for more sensory input throughout their day, they come and take sensory breaks either in the OT office of the primary school or in the hub, which is where most of our other equipment is.
So how, are you busy 24/7 basically, or, you know?
My office is never a quiet place.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah, no, it's
how much the demand is and how you're able to take care of everybody.
It's a high demand and we get it done.
Okay, thank you. All right.
And just to be clear, it's not just at the primary school. Maggie just happens to be like the most amazing person willing to come in. If you guys could see her work, like she is phenomenal. It took me 2 years to realize she's a CODA, which is a certified occupational therapy assistant. I thought she was the occupational therapist, like the first 2 years I worked here, because she's just great. But we have 2 sensory rooms at Grand Mound. We have one at the middle school and one at the high school as well. Okay, so the next thing we've done with our grant money is we've worked on training some EAs to become registered behavior technicians who work under a BCBA. That's me. And so I'm not necessarily their supervisor, like administratively, just a collaborator with them, helping them implement programs. And this is copied right from the website. So they assist in delivering behavior analytical services. So they help with behavior plans, behavior supports. Yeah, go to the next one. Let me see if it says it. So what we have is we don't actually employ them as RBTs in our district. They're EAs, they're employed as EAs, but they have the RBT training and the RBT certificate. Right now together, we do a lot of collaboration, data collection, and plan implementation. They also work on some skill-based instruction. And these are the first 5 are current RBTs. And Mr. Shutt is working on it. His goal is going to get him certified by September. And so right now we have, most of them are EAs. Nanette, when she got her RBT certificate, she was an EA. Now she's a SPED teacher. So she uses that skill in a slightly different way. And Brendel is going to talk to you tonight a little bit about herself. She's going to talk to you about why she decided to undergo this RBT training, which isn't a small feat, just so you know, it's 40 hours of training. We do competencies, extensive, they take a huge exam in order to get the certificate. And she agreed to do it and what she uses it for in her position.
Hello, good evening. There's some stuff up there about me, but really we're here because I am an RBT and I work with our youngest learners currently, which is at the REIP, Rochester Early Intervention Preschool and ECAP program. Our students come in, a lot of times it is their first experience away from home. Some of them have no verbal language. And so being an RBT has helped me support them in their communication. Behavior is a communication. And I always want to know, what are they trying to tell us? What are they trying to tell us their needs are, and advocate for themselves? So when I was approached about being an RBT, it was an opportunity for me to understand the why. And through this, I have undergone the training, but it gave me information on how to help support their needs, such as modeling, prompting, some of the tools such as visual tools. We have a lot of little guys that need visual learning. We collaborate as a team, so the sensory comes in to be a part of that, on how we can be proactive when they are trying to communicate with us. What do they need to regulate their body so they can be able to access learning and be among their peers. And our goal is to eventually get them to be as independent as possible. And I help support these students. This little guy is, I want to talk a little bit about him. He has only been in our district for about 2 months. And when he first came into school, his parents had to stay there for a little bit and help him. Now he waves by at them at the door through the skills that I've helped him create. And he comes in and he hangs up his coat and backpack and comes sits at the table. And he is 3 years old. So with that, it's my passion. I look forward to doing it with future generations. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very cool. Thank you.
Any questions for any of the team here that just presented? Any thoughts that have come back?
I just appreciate the incredible work you guys are doing. I see the kids after school. So being able to know that they're getting support during the school day and then opening my eyes to what we could, how we could further support them after school. So thank you guys. It means a lot to me that we're all trying to wrap around them.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's a huge drop from 2022. That's like a 90% drop from those numbers. So
If you guys are ever around our schools and want to drop in and see that stuff in action, just let us know.
Thank you. All right. REI. Oh, different. That was.
Yes, that was
sorry.
it.
Mine, sorry, yeah, yeah.
I'm not nearly as fun and exciting as them.
Important walk balance beam at the same time.
Maybe first thing in the morning, I could do that, but not now.
How talented I was.
Maybe I could be on there. I could be on the wiggle board. So our April FTE count was just under 2,000 at 1979.58. We had 53 participants in Running Start. 21 of those students were Running Start only. Heart had a count of 30. We had 374 students with IEPs and 12 students able to count for the dropout re-engagement program. This is the same thing in the visual. As we've been seeing, we are at our lowest point in FTE that we've been in for several years. At the end of March, the fiscal year is 58.33% of the year complete. Our revenues are at around 54%, which is normal because federal's a month behind and local will get a big jump in April because we'll get a levy payment. And our expenditures are right at 59%. A breakdown of our current ending fund balance. So March ended the month at 2.2 million. Of that, there was 1.7 million available to be dedicated to the minimum fund balance policy, which was below our intended target of 8% on the low end or 11% at the high end. And 425,000 was restricted for carryover revenues. So that's things like the LAP program or the food service program, things that can't be spent on anything but only specific things. And then the 5 funds that we cover. So our general fund again at 2.2 million. Our capital projects ended the month at 3.9 million, almost reaching 4. Debt service at 863,000, ASB at 645,000, and transportation vehicle at 186,000. Any questions?
No surprises there.
No.
Questions? Thanks, John.
Welcome.
All right. Superintendent report.
All right, just a few things tonight. First of all, I had mentioned that RHS was having a spring fest at our last board meeting, and they did a great job. There were hundreds of kids out there. The ASB and the leadership kids all put this event together for the community, and there were different communities that had booths there that they could go around and talk to, and Sweet Paul was there with information. There was some people there selling some products that, or goods that they were making. We had our high school basketball coach there dressed up in a bunny outfit, helping kids make baskets. One of our kids was the Easter bunny. They had the Easter egg hunt with 2 sides of the field. One was for the small kids, the other was for the older kids. They had a lot of candy-filled eggs that the kids got. It was a gorgeous day and it was a wonderful turnout. And from what I hear from the kids, they're planning on doing it again. So a really good event. The other thing that happened since we last met was the distracted driving mock accident, which we have to thank Thurston County Fire for being a part of that, and specifically our Rochester team. They worked alongside State Patrol and the Thurston County Sheriffs, and then the medevac airlift, yeah. And they all came together and just did a wonderful job, both talking through what was happening, what was going to happen as far as before the helicopter landed and before they supposedly had the car accident, explaining to the kids what had happened, what was going to happen. They did use the jaws of life. Yep. To extract. It was actually Jill's daughter who was extracted from one of the vehicles. But it was I think the kids listened. It was taken seriously. And the other thing that happened, and I thought this was really good afterwards, they invited the kids to come up and talk to all of the different professions that were there, and just hear about, what's it like to be a police officer? What's it like to be a nurse on the helicopter? Or what, they had, and lots of kids took them up on that opportunity to come have a conversation. So it was a really good event. I heard from Mr. Theonis that the kids have said that it has made them think about their actions. So let's hope when it really comes down to them making some good choices, that this is something to think about. Also, want to just note, we've got lots of athletics going on right now. And once again, we're having a great spring season, but the senior night at the track meet, for the senior night track meet was absolutely amazing. We have over 60 students out for track. Kevin Wilson has been coaching, the lead coach for track now for 4 years, and 18 of our kids were seniors.
Wow.
And so a huge group of kids that are seniors that are graduating, and a wonderful recognition for them. But it was a really fun night. It was just really fun to see how many kids were out, and then 18 seniors who were still running track, which is absolutely wonderful. Then I wanted to just note that Monday morning, gosh, I think it might have been, maybe it was 6:30, could have been 7, but I got a text from Kevin that said, guess what? And the water system, water lines over at the high school were leaking. And you can see the I don't know what I would call it. It's one of our storage sheds.
Athletic storage.
Yeah, the athletic storage shed that sits on the other side of the football football field, that blue shed in the top left-hand corner. We believe the leak in the pipe system is underneath the sheds. That means the shed was built on top of the piping. So now they're working on how are they going to do a workaround. They've shut valves off there. But if you click on the, whichever one, they're really short videos. We don't need to hear the volume, but you can just see the amount of water that ended up just all over the place over there. And actually it went all the way over to the football field, underneath the track, and back onto the track. Because when you look at the water here, you can see there's water on the track, but it came up from the far side of the track. So the water went under the track and then rolled back up on top of the track.
It is from that shed to the track, it's actually uphill.
So there's a lot of water.
And when they opened the door on this here, 6 inches of water was inside the building. So it is springing up through the building, and there is 3 inches of silt on the floor in this shed here, in this right here. And there's about a half an inch of silt in here. And then the other area where they park the gator and have the drive for baseball field. Good thing it's up on a rack. But there was a couple inches of water in there. But when they opened this door, it just about knocked over one of the maintenance guys, and the water came rushing out so fast.
Any equipment damage or?
We're still waiting to kind of see. It didn't get as high as the electrical panel, which was good. That's 3 feet off the ground. So, but the water was up a good 8 to 12 inches in this area here.
Wow.
And it's wet. But it was a main irrigation line.
And they have figured out how to shut it off. But in the meantime of it being shut off, that has meant that the water that goes to being able to provide water out by the animals and then to the greenhouse, it's not working. So we have FFA sale coming up soon, and there is no water. Yeah, this is accurate. I did double check it today.
So question, the building, what kind of foundation is there? Is that a concrete slab?
Yeah, it's a concrete slab.
And the water's coming up through the concrete, or is it?
As best as, yes. It's path of least resistance. So it shooting sideways probably. And I mean, it had to take a little while to get up, and then it just finally sprung. It finally found its way to the surface. So, but this building was built probably a good 6 or 7 years after, the high school was in. This was not part of the original high school. So this was a booster club building back in the day that was, a lot to be built there.
So Monday morning, we did have a portable that didn't have water, but the team was able to get that up and running so that they did have water in the restrooms. But we still, like I said, don't have water out to the greenhouse and the animal area. So as the kids put it, they're packing water.
Not the first.
But with that said, we did get an update on our levy. The levy came in yesterday when we saw the results. We were not passing, but today, as the results came in, you see that we're now at 50.97% yes, with 1,546 votes on the yes side, and then our no is at 49.03 with 141,487 votes there. Tuesday, Yesterday, when they counted, it was 2,160 votes that they counted. Today, the total votes counted was 3,033. So just to see how many they actually counted today after the ballots or after the election or ballot boxes closed at 8 o'clock last night. So good news. They are not going to be doing any more counting until May 7th. And that's because the ballots that were in the boxes have all been counted. So now they will watch to see if any come in from the mail or from overseas, maybe military, that could still come in. They have to come in by the 8th and I think actually they have to come in by the 7th because they certify the election on the 8th. So it's looking really, really good that we will be able to move forward and put in a new water system. So it's a huge thank you to our community. Huge thank you. And finally, if you look on the other side of your computers, you have a piece of paper that says end of year events. There's all of the May events and then the June events are on there, but a few highlights that take place between now and when we meet again next time. The FFA plant sale is May 7th through 9th. We have a board work session on the 13th. There's a musical, the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. It's on the 15th, 16th, and 18th, and the exact times are on this sheet if you want to see it. But I've been watching the kids work and rehearsing for the show, and I think it's going to be a great show. So I encourage you to go. Saturday, there's 2 shows, one at 2 and one at 7, I think. So plenty of opportunities to go, and it would be a great show to bring kids to. May 20th, Dual Language Family Night. If you've never been to one of those, it's a wonderful time to go and watch our families basically celebrate with their kids all the learning that's taken place in the dual language program. There's a band concert on the 21st at the high school. We have board meeting on the 27th, and then there's a band concert on the 28th at the middle school. And you can get ice cream at that one too. So lots of things going on in the district as we bring the year to a close.
Thank you. All right, moving on to new business, the 26-27 school board meeting schedule.
So this is our schedule for, as Grant just said, the 26-27 school year. You're not going to vote on this one tonight, but we do want you to look at it. And if there's any obvious problems or anything, let us know. Also want to talk to you about the July meeting date. It's scheduled right now on the second Tuesday of July, second Wednesday, thank you, of July, which is, I believe, the 8th of July. Justin is going to be around on the 8th of July. Going to be somewhere up in Costa Rica. So we are proposing, I think I have a calendar up. I think it's the 15th.
No, not the 15th, 22nd.
Oh, are we now?
Yes.
Okay, so we're proposing the 22nd. And so if you can check your calendars, if you want to check it and wait even till next board meeting, we can talk about it then. But July 22nd is the date. So July 22nd is when Justin would like to have the.
Okay.
That meeting, we can do it all.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll look at calendars and then next meeting we can we'll approve the next year's calendar, but also look at the July 22nd. I think that's going to work for us. I'm willing to go to Costa Rica.
That sounds fair.
Come on down.
We foster kids.
All right, next new business, we have a donation from Perlance Puget Sound Orthopedics, $1,000. And a thank you card.
Yep.
Went through. So we need a motion to accept it. David, you want to?
I just have a question. What does the money, where does it go?
This is going to the sports medicine club.
Medicine. Okay, great. Do you need a motion?
Yeah. Thank you.
Second.
Thanks, Francisco. Any other discussion or questions?
Thank you.
Yes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion accepted. Thank you. All right, surplus items next on the agenda. So we're left there with primarily books, the high school, and AES. Is there anything noted on that?
Typical rotation.
Right, I'll approve the surplus items. Second. And motorcycle.
I'll second that.
Yep. Any other questions or discussion? Not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Surplus. Okay, next we have a couple out-of-state trip requests. First one, Venus Cerdell, leadership coordinator and yearbook advisor. It's a out-of-state travel for Portland.
Florida. I think it's Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Florida.
Defined as any outside of Washington or Portland. Quite a ways out.
I think you go to Portland to get this plane.
Might be flying out of Portland, that's right. So this is a session and training on yearbook.
Leadership and yearbook, yes, Jostin puts it on and they are paying for her entrance for the entrance fee, and then we have to pay the housing and travel.
You get a motion to approve that trip?
I'll move.
Thank you, Susie. I'll second. Any other discussion? Not, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Trip is approved. Another out-of-state travel trip. To Rise with liaisons.
This is for Nancy and Esmeralda in the Rise Center. It's to send them to the National Community School and Family Engagement Conference. It takes place in Long Beach in California. And it's it's a very good conference. They will be able to go and do some tours of schools that are have good systems and structures put in place to connect with the community and families. They'll spend time, the workshop sessions are 3 hours, so they're not just a 45-minute type of thing. They will go and they will actually learn at a deeper level about different structures that they could bring back and implement in Rochester. So it's we've had Nancy and Esmeralda are doing great work with the team here, or with the RISE program, but it's time that they are able to learn a little bit more. And this is a research-based, a conference that focuses on research-based strategies. It'll cost about $5,000 for the two of them to go. And title funds will be used for this conference.
Title fund meaning federal grants?
Yes, federal grants. Mm-hmm.
Great, thank you. All right, I'll make the motion to approve that trip. Get a second? Thanks, Heather. Any other discussion? Not, all in favor? Say
Aye.
Any opposed? Trip is approved. Okay, so our next item is our interim superintendent contracts approval. You've all seen it. This mirrors our contract. Dr. Bethman, this requires roll call vote. So I will call on each of you individually, and I'm not going to call on Justin. So first, yes, I approve. Neil?
Yes, I approve.
Did you?
Yes.
Francisco?
Yes, I approve.
Heather?
Yes, I approve.
Okay. Superintendent contract is approved. Justin Black, July 1st, 2026, ending June 30th, 2027. Justin, thank you. Really appreciate it. Stepping into this. Means a lot to us, but and more to the district, and students and enabling us to keep the momentum going. Really appreciate it.
The four ladies sitting down here are the reason I'm able to do this.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
So.
Okay, we're for public comment. Any other public comment?
And nothing online. Nothing out there.
Okay. Well, then, you're adjourned.